Again, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Kahidelis, everyone, for participation. Again, we're doing today teaching that we're practicing too. Like teaching and the practices. So it's very wonderful to be again together on these technology levels and connected to us. In the Buddha teaching always mentions it's time and space is just the mind. In the teaching mentioned, when you have the higher realization and the space and the times are very, very relatives. Truly, these technologies are allowing us some degree, some part of that statement, so we all can connect it and see each other's, and also conveying our intention and thought to each other is just really wonderful to using these opportunities. So I thank you all of you to organizing, arranging, and facilitating, and also participating to this our very special practices of particularly this time, this situation, and these eras. So again, in order to begin these practices, I think always is really good to do short meditation, relaxing, calm, and just let it all the thought and conceptions kind of in a way to let it dissolve in its own source, wherever it comes from. Let that send back and stay ourselves in a fresh, nature, calm, peaceful status for a few seconds. And those are known as shamatha meditation, vipassana meditations, or dzogchen meditation, mahamudra meditations, madhyamaka meditations, whatever technique we are using, and let relax as those nature said, as we do. So please, just we do for about 5 minutes silence meditation on those meanings, whatever you do. Okay? Thank you again very much, everyone, for participation. Thank you, Tachi Delis. Now we do that with opening prayers. If you have this booklet, yellow booklet, we start with 7-line prayers. And those 7-line prayers we do in Tibet, and then some other lineage prayer will do in English. Okay? And again, with beautiful intention thought, all the bodhicitta and the joy and the devotion, we begin our session. Now we do the lineage prayers. Okay. Start prayer to the lamas of the lineage. And I think it depends with page 20 or different booklets, but we have. And in this one is page 11. This booklet what I'm holding. Samanda Vajra, Vajra Sattva, Brahma Vajra, Shri Singha, Brahmakara, the 45 kings and subjects, Soul, Nyam, 150 others, Lamas, the common, is emanating to your prayer, inseparable from the ordinary Padmasambhava, Supreme Lord in English. To you, Dusum Lingpa, the Supreme Object Prerogatives, I pray to grant immortal blessings to the Vajradhara state, so that I may remain inseparable from you. In the past, you were the Vajradhara Nidhi. In the future, you will be Buddha Mipantaya. Now you are the region of Padmasambhava, the actual presence of the Lord Lord. Desire Yeshe, to you I pray. Happy with the letter, content and the rich use of the three trainings, with loving compassion, seeing beings errors. Through the threefold realization, you made three doors, three Vajras, virtuous monk, Padmasambhava, to you I pray. The supreme tradition of the glorious Buddha Padmasambhava, which is essential extraordinary view and doctrines of early classical schools. You keep life and spread the light of the wisdoms. Lord of the Dharma, great symbol, I pray to your lotus feet. In the palace, Om Dhamma Dhamma, the essence of all Buddhas was three times. The one who shows clearly Dharmakaya of my own mind. We pray to the honorable Gurus. Glorious true teacher, precious one, revolving the lotus seat on the crown of my head, hold me with great kindness, bestow their compassion to the body, speech, mind. Homage to the Tathagata, glorious Vajra Sattvas. In this continually same page, or equally this, now we're going to do 3 times long mantra of Vajra Sattvas. Okay? So isn't continuing in this booklet is a continuation, but then in it, so I think many of you already know the Vajra Sattva. If some of you don't know, then and they just meditate a short time. It is Vajra Sattva mantra, cleansing and purifying the every aspect, environment and everything. Chom dende para dorje sambala lo homage to Tathagata, glorious Vajra Sattva. Om Bedra Sadhu Samaya Manabalaya and Bedra Sadhu Deno Bhai Tidana Member Stukayom Member Stukayom Member Anaratum Member Sarvasiti Member Sarvagam Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hong Ha Ho Bhagavin Sarvada Tangata Bendra Mami Pansa Bendra Bhama Samaya Sadhu Om Bedra Sadhu Samaya Manabalaya Bendra Sadhu Deno Pati Tandero Member Stukayom Member Stukayom Member Anaratum Member Sarvasiti Member Sarvakarma Sutame Sriyan Kuru Hong Ha Ho Bhagavin Sarvada Dangata Bendra Mami Manza Bendra Bhavama Samaya Sadhu Om Bendra Sadhu Samaya Manupalaya Bendra Sadhu Teno Tishandedo Membawa Stukayom Membawa Stukayom Membawa Anarato Membawa Sarvasiddhi Membrayeza Sarvakarma Sutame Datam Shriyan Kuru Hong Ha Ho Bhagavin Sarvada Dangata Bendra Mami Bendra Bhavama Samaya Sadhu Om Bendra Sadhu Mezadu 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 Bendra Sadhu Mezadu 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 Om Bendra Sadhu Mezadu 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 Om Bendra Sadhu Mezadu 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 Om Bendra Sadhu Mezadu 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 Om Bendra Sadhu Hong. The next one we do the mandala offering and the requested teachings. Saye biju zoye medora re rayeling ye nye te jembande soinje jeng de me dem brawaye
and Ogunam Daishen, Jobara, Jo, Edam, Guru, Rena, Mendala, Kendria, Kaya, Me, Simje, Anam, Je, Samba, Ade, Loye, Zebra, Jedai, Tibetan
And we do this English again, and all offering and our course speaking. The earth is anointed with profound waters and strewn with flowers, and the mountain rivers and four continents and ornamented with sun and moon. By offering and visualizing the Buddha field, and all sentient beings enjoy the good land. Yedam Guru Rana Mandala Kamriya Tsogyal. According to the wishes of sentient beings and their capacities for the high and low, common and uncommon vehicles, please turn the wheel of Dharma.
Avanam Jenu, the Zenjinam Jelum, the Jena, Tambanam Jenu, or the Jerakan Jetam, Chundi Jing, Sanja Joba, Kanda, Sambajavan, Nambrajua, Mahogarva, Kanda, Jevara, Sanjo, Sunjurum, Maki, Bana, Jijer, Jibanyamba, Meba, Kone, Konde, Vera,
Thank you very much again for participating, and everyone. Thank you very much, everyone, and all of you. Thank you very much again. This is the one of again, as I said earlier, is one of the joyous moments in our this life. The gathering together, discussing the teaching of the great teacher of the Buddha Shakyamuni, according our best capabilities. And some degree also observing that into the heart, not just left as intellectual levels. And that means in the Buddhism, always in the teaching said, studying of the teaching of the Buddha, contemplating the meaning of the teaching, what we learned, observing our own, using our own intelligence and intellectual thought, observing them. Make the sense, as teaching said, as lineage masters explaining. Then not just left that, practicing. That is known as meditation and practice. Then it makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. As many there's sayings, practice makes perfect. It's true. When we practice, then it makes perfect. So those all considering in the teaching Buddhism, one of the very special meritory activities that will benefit to ourselves as well as all the beings. And we connect that with motivation, with good motivation, a good thought. How we do that good motivation? That is simple. Simple. In the generally popular word, what they use, good heart. That is good heart. Good heart is not just excluded things, kind of localized to one's own self. Good heart means something is expanding more than normal, regular, or average ways. In this case, what in the teaching said, bodhisattva, that we heard. I mean, you heard, you know already, I heard this too, but how much we really activating that, how much we really bring that up to into our heart and mind, and combine that with all the activities. That is the what known as the practices, carrying that bodhisattva. So that means today we are gathering together here and discussing the teaching of the great teacher Buddha Shakyamuni, and as well as the lineage masters, thinking really intention purely from heart, may this benefit for all living beings, to everyone, to me, to myself, to my family, and every living being. It may benefit for that, in the context of loving kindness, compassion, and really kind of harmony, peaceful thinking of that. That is meritory. That's how we begin meritory or Dharma practices. So, therefore, always in the teachings at the beginning time of those great masters, always in the teachings, activated your good intentions. And that good intention is joy and appreciations. Joy and appreciation of ourselves, joy and appreciation of all the situations and circumstances we have in the samsara levels, good things, and joy and appreciations of that we connected to Dharma, practice teaching. Dharma is not just a kind of like Buddhist dogma or is kind of Buddha's teaching, but really Dharma means love, kindness, compassion, no attachment or no grasping, clinging, regimental clingings, openness, love, openness, compassion, openness, wisdom, kind of combined together. That is Dharma. This, if you will start to think of that really meaning of Dharma is not restricted by the names and traditions and labels or the schools. It is our nature, our richness nature. So that means that when we practice Dharma, we're touching to our core of heart, nature, trying to activate our goodness. When we have the love and the compassion bodhicitta in our heart and mind, we know each other. We all know. Immediately it brings the calm to our mind. It brings courage. It brings commitment. It brings patience, tolerance. It heals all the emotion scars. It breaks the regimented boundary that we have created. It kind of collapses. Really, it's outreaching qualities. Where that started? From our heart, nothing from outside. We learn from the Buddha's teaching. We learn from the great masters' lineage teachings. Ultimately, it's us, how we take care of that, how we put that. So therefore, that is simple way is joy and appreciation and bodhicitta to all living beings. That means all living beings of 6 realms. In the Buddha's teaching, not just only the human realms where we are now, humans. There is so many realms. What we see now, immediately our eye, there is another group called the animals. Animal realm is big, deep, strong, and so populated, more than human beings. Then there's maybe we don't see other rings, other beings, realms, in that what Buddha told. Now all those 6 realms, really thinking of everyone, may they free from all the suffering, the difficulty, troubles, and bring them joy, peace, happiness, revert their inner nature, and all that nightmare-like karmic, whatever they experience, immediately pacify it, and have them more really the origin and nature qualities. Reveal that, having those thoughts from the heart and the mind, and then reflecting, starting the teaching, reflecting the teaching of the contemplations, we use intelligence, and then practice and meditate. Those are all known as practice of Dharma. So today, again, we are doing that. Which is wonderful. That's what I'm saying, really. According the Buddhism, in the Buddha's teaching, there's nothing better and best to reflect the bodhicitta and reflect the Dharma in our heart and carry that as much as we can with our activity, benefit to all the beings. So that with those intention and thought, now I will go to the topic what we discussed. I'm going to discuss is a very famous prayer. Famous, why is it famous? It is powerful. It's powerful and timely practices. Prayers commonly known as Dusum Sangye. And the Buddha of the 3 times. Prayer is very powerful practices. Really. And it's also powerful practices is timely practices. What in the teaching says in the colophon, if you have this prayer, what is the end of the colophon said? The colophon. What in? Sorry. Oh.
Pete, do you have the numbers?
Page 105.
According to this page 105, yeah. But you don't have that all colophons here, sorry. But I'm sure you do. You have that colophon. What it says, it was timely Dharma teaching which is revealed by famous Terton known as Chogyur Lingpa. Chogyur Lingpa. With the audience Dharma teachings. It is revealed, is with the audience, with the many audience, the witness that we need to speak over. So it's a really timely practices. So that means it's powerful practice of this degeneration time. Guru Padmasambhava Dharma teachings are always really timely teachings. That's why there is so many great Tertons came one after another throughout the generations from the around 11th century until now, still continuing that great. This great Terton, the one who is revealed, is one of the very famous Terton known as Chogyur Lingpa, as I said earlier. Earlier, and you all know, I think many of you know, Chogyur Lingpa. He came around 19th centuries. In the 19th century, great Terton. Generally, in that 19th century, end of the 18th century, in the 19th century, and Tibetan Buddhism becomes once again golden era of the really Buddhism. So many great masters came. Not so many great masters came. Those who came, they are so open-minded, not restricted by the regulation or these schools, different doctrines. It's open the boundary of those. All teachings are blended in perfectly. In the Tibetan Buddhism, there is majority is the Buddhism, practicing Buddha Dharma, but there is also different schools and this and that thing. But this, in the 19th century, these great masters came and they completely, in a way, opened the door of that restrictions of the different schools, known as Rimi movement in Tibet, and which means impartial, without any partialities, without any boundaries of the different schools. Who are those masters? The great master known as one of the great ones. Great one is First Khyentse, the Great Khyentse that many of you know, heard. And the second is Great Kongtrul. Why they named great? Because they're really great in every aspect. Their knowledge, their realization, their humility, their devotions, their respect and appreciation to all the teachings. Not just the respect and appreciation of all the teachings, but they're receiving those teachings from different great masters and practices. And they taught those teachings to the others. So this is one of the really great era of the Rimi movement or non-partial systems in Tibetan Buddhism. So many great masters all came, as I said. Great Khyentse, Great Kongtrul, and then this great Terton Chogyur Lingpa, and a great master Mahon Rinpoche, and so on. All those great masters came. And among those teachers, even though they are so highly enlightened beings, and so educated, and know all the Buddha teachings, and the knowledge, and all, but yet they're so respectful, so devoted to each other. They become the student to each other, and they become the teacher to each other. Not just that they're pretending teacher and pretending student, genuine, really, with the devotion, commitment, and the respect. That's how these great masters are really become as like golden lights in the Tibetan Buddhism. So among that, this Chogyur Lingpa is one of the famous Tertons. He was a reincarnation of the second son of the King Tsogyal, Prince Murab Sempo in Tibet, Murab Sempo. This Murab Sempo became the art student of the Guru Padmasambhava, Great Master Bamala Mataram, and Acharya Shantarakyamas. And he practiced and meditated, he became one of the great disciples of these great masters. And he was also very highly educated. of that time, studying and Sanskrit language. He was translating books from Dharma from different other languages into Tibet, known as the named as the in Tibet, Lase Lotava, Sepo Lotava, means translator of the divine son. Divine is an honorific word for the kings. So he was son of the Dudjom was son, and he was translated. So divine translator of divine son, or divine son, son, S-O-N, son translator. As he became the great really practitioner, realized beings, heart son, one of the heart son of the Guru Padmasambhava, he emanated so many great Tertons, one after another, and great masters. So this Chogyur Lingpa is one of the famous Tertons and the emanation of the Lasi Murab symbols. And then what? Also according to teaching, and Great Khyentse was emanation of the quintessential Depth himself, and as well as the Mamal Madaras and Manjushiris. And Great Kongtrul was emanation of the great translator Vajrachanas. So many times in the teaching you see in the history said that time, the golden era of the Tibetan Buddhism come because of all those, like in a way, founder of the Buddhism reappeared in the 19th centuries to re-strengthening, to lightening of the teaching, to secure the teachings of the Buddha and Guru Padmasambhava. So this is what really is famous. And this Terton, I mean all of those Tertons too. Great Khyentse is a Terton. Great Kongtrul is a Terton. Great, of course, Chogyur Lingpa is a Terton. But their scholarly aspect is just immense. And their realization, achievement in that one lifetime is immense. That light is still shining to all, this really to all the practitioners of Tibetan Buddhism. What they glorified and shine the golden light is really glorious, still continue growing. So this is what this teaching. And first, the Great Khyentse was always concerning so much of the beings of the degeneration times. There's so many difficult times are coming, and they have to protect, how to benefit, how to help. And the Tibetan will have the difficult troubles and all that, and how to protect the benefit. He really, so many times, if you ever have the opportunity to read his books, there's so many prayers specifically related to averting or to change the direction of the degenerations. That's those turbulence of degenerations. Really mentioned so many times, again and again. This is what this great master. And so among that, this the Chogyur Lingpa's Dharma teachings. And this was become the hard practice, important praise to all those great masters, encouraged to everyone. Encouraged to everyone to practice it, because this is so powerful, so special, and a timely practice of the degeneration times. And therefore, I think again, if we do these practices, if you do this, able to practice this every time, this Sum Sangye, which is only 6 lines, not long, but with good intention, good thought, really pray with this Dusum Sangye prayers, really it will benefit, it will help to ourselves, it will benefit to the others, it will help to all this turbulence of the degeneration times kind of happening in these really times. There's so many kind of unusual things happening in the world. So I think it's really timely practices, and if you can practice this, therefore I encourage it that everyone who participated to this session, so if they can practice at least 108 practices. That means 108 practices is just one mala. It's not that big. But if you can do more, many people do even one mala every day. Well, how long it takes? It takes maybe 12 minutes if you join. Or 12 minutes or 15 minutes. I don't know it take longer than that. Out of the 24 minutes, 24 hours, if we spend 15 minutes to join that with the bodhicitta thought, with the devotion, I think it really will make some good benefits. I mean, as explained in the teaching, as we go through this. So therefore, I like to encourage everyone if they can practice with these like at least 108, or maybe even every day, maybe 10 times. 10 times prayer, thinking about everyone, and thinking of what is said in the teaching, prayers, really removing all those obstacles, and then fulfilling all the wishes of the bodhicitta, kindness, compassion, joy, peace, happiness, respect and appreciation to each other, removing all the suffering, the difficult troubles, as in the teachings today, we can do that. That will be really so wonderful. I'd like to encourage you all that. And then you can dedicate that marriage to you. So with this understanding, and now we go to these prayers. And this prayer is, I'm going to explain it two ways. The first one is general, how to practice. General, as general practices of the prayers. Pray. Second, I'm going to explain as His Holiness Dudjom Rinpoche taught, or transcribed as he did. What he said, as this prayer is explained, taught by First Great Khyentse, that teaching which he received to his teacher. So that means teacher of his own Dudjom Rinpoche, teacher taught this teaching to his own Dudjom Rinpoche. Again, I understand what that means. Means that this teaching we explain of this the Sum Sangye prayer is how his own Dudjom Rinpoche got, because his teacher taught that, and how he got this teaching, because he received this teaching, that his teacher received this teaching, but the First Great Khyentse, First Great Khyentse explaining the meaning of these Dusum Sangye prayers to his student and to his students, and as that heard from the teacher of his Holy Dudjom Rinpoche. And then this Dudjom Rinpoche written down that. So I hope that you understand now. I will go over that again more. So that means this his Holy Dudjom Rinpoche explaining according to the instructions of the, maybe let's say, according to the instruction of the First Great Khyentse. That's it, First Great Khyentse. We just say that, then I'll go over that. Okay. Before that, go there, I will talk general how to pray this, and go with this meaning, or this meaning of the word by words. Okay. And now, as we go these prayers, what is said here? Here. In page 105, according to this booklet, but if you have this electronic copies, which is, then you already have that, so you can do. And the prayer for removing obstacles and fulfilling the wishes. That is the prayers. This is the prayers. Prayers. So now, how we do these prayers? That is, I'm talking this now general ways. General way how we do with the prayers, how we do. First, we have the beautiful intentions, thought, intention, such as loving kindness, compassion, joy in appreciation, I already mentioned this. And that again, our all practice is based upon bodhisattva. Love, compassion, and wisdom. That is the foundation of our practices. With that thought, we are going to do these practices to benefit for all living beings, to everyone. Really, that intention strongly. And also, at the same time, feel great joy and appreciation. How wonderful, how beautiful that I have this opportunity to do these practices and cultivate in bodhisattva and bring more joy and peace, peaceful state of mind in my own mind. How wonderful, beautiful with that thought. And with that thought, and then do those lineage prayers as we doing this, if you have time. And after that, right in front of our spaces, we're going to see, visualizing Guru Padmasambhava. And many of you already know Guru Padmasambhava. Guru Padmasambhava is embodiment of all the Buddhas of 3 times. And 10 directions also in teaching said. 10 directions. Buddhas of the 3 times. So that means Guru Padmasambhava is representing a Buddha of the past. Guru Padmasambhava is the Buddha of the future. Guru Padmasambhava is the Buddha of the now, present time. Not just the one Buddha, one Buddha. All the Buddhas. All the Buddhas, the power, compassion, loving kindness, wisdom, activities, all combined in one single state known as Guru Padmasambhava, the Buddha Padmasambhava. That appeared right in front of our spaces as transcendental rainbow bodies, sitting on the lotus, the full-blown lotus of the 1,000 petals, red and a little white shade, so pink clothes, very glowing. Above that, sun and moon dusk. Above that, Guru Padmasambhava is residing, magnificently as like sun. 100,000 suns are all come together as one sun, like that power, that light, the glory right in front of. And that sunlight is a light of love, compassion, wisdom. And bring that, all that light, the beams of light of the loving kindness, the compassion coming to us. And it was going to all the beings, purifying everyone's obstacles, disease, sicknesses, difficulty, troubles, challenges, whatever they're going through, and bring them peace, joy, happiness, confidence, and just completely clear away all the karmas. And the entire universe is transformed as pure land, as a golden light status. Really strongly think that, kind of make that connection heartily, with confidence. And then, I think by these prayers, may this my prayers completely purify all the obstacles, disease, sickness. Really, as in the teaching said, strongly mention that. Strongly mention, as strongly activated that intention thought. Then what will say here? What is it? Guru Rinpoche, Buddha of the 3 times, as I already said. Guru Rinpoche, that means precious teacher. Why is it called precious teacher? Guru Padmasambhava is not his story. Came one time ago and gone. According the teaching, according to all those great practitioners, Guru Padmasambhava is a living teacher, living masters. And we practice and meditated and pray to Guru Rinpoche. In the teaching said, really, it is living Buddha. Like come to you, see. And those all great masters in the Tibetan Buddhism, not just in the Nyingma masters or from the Nyingma schools of Tibetan Buddhism, but all those great big masters, really, they receive the blessings in the teachings, in the dreams, in the visions, or in the direct perceptions. Guru Padmasambhava came and gave the teaching. Those are mentioned in their own autobiographies, all biographies. So he's a living Buddha. And Guru Padmasambhava also said that himself said that is not something that I came and gone. I will be always with you. Whoever practice, meditate, and invoke me, I will be with you. And I will come to you as the child is the only child. When it's cried, that as soon as the mother heard, she will go and help to them. Same way, I will help and support as to every living being. Really, whoever called me. And this is not just to say that, but it was all those great Terton masters always only Father, only Master you. Said. So this is what the Guru Padmasambhava is. It's a living Buddha right now. If we have the really practice and meditate, living Master, so precious teacher, one who guide and support, helping us for all the time, throughout our time, good times, difficult times, and all the time. And now, in the future, in the next lives. That. And so, this is Guru Rinpoche. So then, the precious teacher, Guru Rinpoche is the Tibetan word, and Guru is what's called the Sanskrit word, which is in the Tibetan is said too. And the teacher, and the Rinpoche is the precious teacher, Buddha of the three times. And the Deva Chembo is also name of the Guru Rinpoche, but also it means the great blissfulnesses. Great blissfulness, Lord of all accomplishments. That means when you pray to Guru Padmasambhava, it will bring all the accomplishments, and the blissfulness to our heart and the mind, and as well as all the beings. And then also it means here great blissfulness. And the other Tako, wrathful, mighty subduer of all the negativities, and the destroyer of all the obstacles. So negativities, external negativities, such as all the different time and the elements and the situations, and as well as all those are the external related. And inner negativities and the difficulties, such as our sicknesses and our mental problems, the physical problems, all those are really completely purifying. And then obstacles, tragedies, bad circumstances, all that is completely, the practices, it will destroy that. So I pray that Dodar Thakur will might subdue with all negativity, destroy of all the obstacles. And then I pray to you. So means I pray from the deep of my heart with full devotions. Please bless us and as well as all the living beings to remove all the obstacles. And again it said here, pacify outer obstacles. Outer obstacles, in one personal level, said is all outer obstacles is physical troubles. All the obstacles in the family members, or within the family member, in a larger level to the countries, or whatever they say, or the world, larger level. Inner obstacles such as obstacles of our health, our bodies, different things. And the secret obstacles is all then known as this mentally related different emotions. So all the obstacles are completely purified. That. And then bless us that all our aspirations, our intentions, completely fulfilled. So that is like, so as we chant this prayer with these meanings, you can chant this also in English too. We chant and think that really we think of that is purifying all our obstacles and fulfilling all our wishes exactly as it says. So that is a more general way to explaining of these prayers. And that is what really I mentioned it. But then more details explained by His Holiness Dudjom Rinpoche. So we go with this. Destroy all the obstacles. So that is the prayer. And then chant this, as I said. If you can do 7 times, 10 times, or at least one mala. Mala, that was wonderful. And thinking of everyone. Okay, so that is general way to explain of these practices. And now I go with specifically how the great master, his Holy Dudjom Rinpoche explains, mentioned this. Here again, in said this is what here in his own Dudjom Rinpoche. I don't know you have this copy there, but I will try to go over these practices. And this title of this teaching, what His Holiness says, is that the ornament of the intention of the lotus bone, and is an explanation of the Vajra word. That's it. Vajra word of the prayers. Vajra is indestructible. Word, W-O-R-D, words. Vajra words. So that means what? If I translated a word, maybe lines, L-I-N-E, lines. So 6 lines. It has 6 line prayers. It is Vajra lines or Vajra word. Why is used Vajra lines? This teaching is spontaneously arises teachings or practices of the Guru Padmasambhava, not composed by this great Terton. So that means as this praise appeared from the heart and the Vajra mind of the Guru Padmasambhava in the form of that moment reflected, and Chogyur Lingpa, this great Terton, revealed. So therefore, it is Vajra lines or the Vajra words. And then, so this is what means, and that is timely practices and very special practice of the degeneration time to purify all the obstacles and fulfilling all the wishes. And the next one is his own Dudjom, which is like making what's called paying homages. And he said the wish fulfilling jewel means the Guru Padmasambhava. I remember you, it purify and clear away all the obstacles. The wish fulfilling jewel, which moment you think it will purify all the difficult troubles. To that guru, to that teacher, I have to pray and respect. Now I will explain here very briefly of the meaning of the Vajra line of the prayers. I will explain this. And that is what the prayers at the beginning of this. Now in this prayer, what I say, this is of course 6 line prayers. Sum Sangye, Guru Rinpoche, as you already have that. So here, that this 6 line prayers, the first 3 line, this explaining has the outer meaning, inner meaning, and secret meanings in the teachings. It has 3 meanings. Each line is explaining that. And how his Holy Rinpoche reads this. As I said earlier, he received this teaching from the teacher of his own Dudjom himself. His own Dudjom Rinpoche has over 27 principal teachers, their whom he received all the empowerment, transmissions, and the instructions of the entire teaching of the Tibetan Buddhism. Really, he received all those teachings. So, among that, one of the very important, as like his root teacher, one of the very principal masters known as and this is one of his very important masters known as Jirmi Ngidung Wangpo. Jirmi Ngidung Wangpo. Jirmi Ngidung Wangpo was in the teaching his own Dudjom himself said that he was an emanation of the Vajrapani, And from this Jubing Edo Wangpo, His Holiness reside so many teachings, so many empowerment, so many instructions, and particularly he reside entirely, once again, entirely teachings of the Rinchen Tenzu, the collected teachings of all the Tenma teachings by Great Kongtrul. Many of you know that, I think, Rinchen Tenzu teachings, completely from this Junmi Ngidong Wangpo. And Junmi Ngidong Wangpo, during that time, His Holiness received that empowerment of the Rinchen Tenzu. What this Junmi Ngidong Wangpo told to His Holiness in a group, in an audience, he said. Now, at end, he said, I give you all this teaching, particularly pointed to His Holiness Dudjom Rinpoche. You will, among all the students of the great two masters, such as referring to the First Kongtrul and First Khyentse, among all the students of the two great masters of the Menjishri or the Nyanggung, the First Khyentse and the First Kongtrul, I'm the only one who gave this Rinchen Tenzu empowerment 5 times. I'm there. But now you will give 10 times. You will give this 10 times. And because this Rinchen Tenzu is the collected teachings of all the Tenma teachings that put together by Great Kongtrul by encouragement of the First Khyentse. He put that all together. So he said that his teacher Juming Inu Wangpo said, you will give this 10 times because this Tenzu collected works of the old Tenma teaching is symbolize the activity of these great two masters. And I've been able to do 5 times of this empowerment teaching, but you will do now 10 times. And in his own Dudjom himself said, I never thought I will do that. That with that many I will do. But at his own Dudjom said, is the end. He said that as he said, I able to do 10 times. At the end of his 10th empowerment of this big ceremony, he said, oh, because as he said that at that time I never thought I will do, but now, and when I'm looking back in my life, I did 10 times, as he said that. So this is what really this great masters is. His root teacher. It's his root teacher in his own Dudjom Rinpoche told me that when he passed with this Jurmi Ngidong, when he passed, his Holiness Dudjom Rinpoche went for the cremations or last stage, and they cremated. And that fire didn't go immediately. It took a long time to burn, but the next day, after that, they looked inside the ashes. After 2 days or third days, they looked in the ash. His ashes become, this master, this Jurmi Ngidong, ashes become, in the ash, not ash, in the ash, you see the stage of Guru Padmasambhava. So his bones like melted and formed as like statue of the Guru Padmasambhava, known as Deva Chempu, the blissfulness, great blissfulness. Really said that. So this is what this Jurmi Ngidong Wangpo. So Jurmi Ngidong Wangpo told to his Holiness Dudjom Rinpoche, that's why First Khyentse explaining of these prayers, this meaning of these prayers. So that is what his own Dudjom Rinpoche transcribed here, or wrote down, as he remembers that. So now, in that way, first is, this line is what? Again, as we read, first read, Guru Rinpoche, Buddha of the 3 times. This according, in here, this explaining, externally explaining is among the Buddha 3 jewels, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, among the 3 jewels, externally is explaining of the Buddha. Explaining of the Buddha. And and that means again, internally explaining of the explaining, inwardly explaining of the among the three root. So what? Three jewel, three root. So externally is explaining meaning of the among the three jewel is the Buddha, and innerly is explaining of the among the inner level the three root. Well, again, I'm not doing this well. So in the Buddha teaching, when we need to take refuges, there's an object of three refuges: Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. That's the general. In inner level, it is representing that the three jewels are three roots: Guru, Deva, Dakinis. Dakinis, that. And then in a secret level, and its secret level is representing the Dharma Kayas. Or among the three Kayas, Dharma Kaya, Sambhokaya, and Nirmakayas. Among the three Kayas is representing of that three Kayas. So now that means what? This first line of this prayer is really the essence of the Buddha, essence of the Lama, essence of the Dharmakaya, or meaning of the Dharmakaya, or three Kayas, among three Kayas. Now, how that explaining? In the teaching said, when he said here, Guru Rinpoche, Buddha of the three times. Buddha of three times, as he said already here, praise. But that means this among the three jewels is Buddha. So Buddha is what? The Buddha is a total enlightened being. And this time, as in the prayer mentioned, Guru Rinpoche, this Buddha is not just a one Buddha, Buddhas of all the three times. Past Buddha, present Buddha, and future Buddha all come together in one single status as Guru Padmasambhava. So Buddha, that. And then inwardly this meaning explaining of the among the three root is explaining of the Guru. And that is also explained here. Here, Guru Rinpoche, precious teacher, already explained, as explained, it is, or as it is said, it is the essence of the Guru. And the Guru is, of course, you know, that is what means Guru in it, Sanskrit. Sanskrit or the Tibet, the one is above or above ones, or not underneath, is above, is higher elevated. Why? What is elevated? The realization levels. Realization levels is elevated, not normal. They're not just regular that. Because the realization is a very highly realized being. So all the highly. And the realization of the scripture, realization of the realization of the true nature, therefore it is very highly elevated. Highly or is above that. For that reason, in the Guru Padmasambhava is in that innerly represented all the embodiment of three roots. And then absolute level it is the representing of the Dharmakayas. Dharmakaya, Guru Rinpoche, is again that absolute level, Guru again is representing the where is that Guru, where is that Buddha, is no other than our own really mind, nature of the mind. And our nature of the mind is Dharma, nature of the three Kayas. So among the three Kayas, this is then known as the what's called known as then Dharmakaya status. Dharmakaya state of the nature is then, of course, externally in the Buddha teaching is mentioned always in the general Buddha teaching, in the Theravada teachings, and as well as in the Mahayana teachings and the Vajrayana teaching, particularly in the Vajrayana teaching, and what is known as the embodiment of the great blissfulness. Blissfulness of the indestructible great blissfulness nature. That is really the Dharmakaya nature of our own mind, which is residing right in our heart and mind. So therefore, this inwardly, what's called the inwardly is representative of the absolute natures. And now again, I will go over this. This first line is external explaining of the meaning of the among the three jewels, Buddha, and then also in inner level, this first line is explaining meaning of the three among the three root and Guru, and the secret level, it is explaining of the nature of our mind, and our own nature of the mind has three different qualities. Among that, it is explaining of the Dharmakaya. What are those three different qualities? Dharmakaya, Sambhokaya, and Nirmakaya. So among that three, this is first one is explaining of the Dharmakaya natures. That, and so for that reason. And now again, if we do this, what's called as it was already. And that first one among the three jewels is a Buddha. Is among the three jewels. Its first line explaining of the Buddha, and the Buddha is Buddha of the three times. So that already kind of mentioned it. And the second one is representing or the explaining of the lamas among the three roots. And what are lamas? Actually, in the teaching said, particularly in Nyingma schools of Tibetan Buddhism, there's a lamas of the three lineages. And mind to mind transmission lineages, symbolic transmission lineages, and oral transmission lineages. Those are the lineage master of the three. So this Guru Padmasambhava representing all the lamas of the three lineages. Guru Padmasambhava is the embodiment of the mind to mind transmission lineage lamas. Guru Padmasambhava is embodiment of the symbolic transmission lineage, and Guru Padmasambhava representing of all the lamas of the oral transmission lineage. And this again, mind to mind transmission lineage in the teaching said, what are those? And so that means it means from the Bodhisattva Vajra to all the Sambhokaya Buddhas, enlightened beings, all the retinues of the Buddha Samhita Vajra. And where they transmitted, there is no transmitting the word by the words, symbols that, but mind to mind, transmitting from the pervasive nature of the wisdom qualities are through that transmitted all the teachings. That. So those are known as mind to mind transmission lineage. And Guru Padmasambhava representing all that, those lamas, one single status. And then the symbolic transmission lineage, lamas of the symbolic transmission lineage, all those Sambhokaya teachers. Sambhokaya, five Dhyana Buddhas. And with their retinues, how they transmitted the teaching? They transmitted the teaching really, again, not by the words, not spoken, but through the sign and the symbols. Symbols they transmitted. So That's the way. But this all that Sambhokai Lamas, lineage masters, are embodied by the Guru Padmasambhava. All that come in one single state as Guru Padmasambhava. Then from the oral transmission lineage, Lamas, from where it started, according to teaching, it started from such as Garab Dorjes. From Garab Dorjes all the way until now, those great lineage masters are transmitting lineage teaching through the language of the words. But however, again, even though they transmitting the lineage teaching like words and through the word, orally transmitting, but it contains the mind transmission lineage teaching and symbolic transmission lineage. So oral transmission lineage is in a way condensed teaching of the old lineage where they are transmitting. And Guru Padmasambhava represented all that teachings. That is what Guru Padmasambhava is, embodiment of all lamas. Lamas of the mind to mind and the symbolic and orals. And then Guru Padmasambhava representing of this Dharmakaya nature. Our Dharmakaya nature of the mind is the absolute Guru Padmasambhava. So Guru Padmasambhava is the indestructible nature within our heart and the mind. So this, therefore, again, in the secret level, it representing of our own nature of the mind, and which is Dharmakaya nature. Dharmakaya nature. So that is the really first line of these practices. And the second one is, and so now, so with that, so that means when we visualize Guru Padmasambhava right in front of our skies as embodiment of all Buddhas and all the gurus, and as well as also Dharmakaya level, and our nature of the mind and nature of the Guru Padmasambhava is the same status. There is no divisions. With that thought, really strongly kind of thinking of this. With that realization, we praise. The next one is the second line. Second line is what? In the teaching said here, Deva Chimbo, Lord with all accomplishment and great blissfulness. This has again three different levels, three meanings. Externally, this means among the three jewels, the Dharma. This second line is representing Dharma. And at inner level, this second line is representing of the Yadams or the deities. And the third level, it is representing of the among the three kayas, Sambhokaya. So now this is again, what is this line? Firstly firstly is Dharma, or the externally it is Dharma, is representing Dharma among the three jewels. Second line is representing, or second meaning is representing as among the three root, Yadams. And the secret level, this third line explaining of the Sambhokaya nature among the three kayas. That is what we see this. And again, how that represented in here, his own Dudjom Rinpoche said, how that first way, this representative of the Dharma, we said, because we follow the teaching of the, what means Dharma actually? Dharma means one who helps, or Dharma will usher us to achieve the good qualities or goodness of this worldly level and the ultimate levels. That is really Dharma. And what is worldly level goodness? Joy, peace, happiness, openness, good communications, good relationships, and because of that, bring also less disease and longevities and all those, and the fulfillment of the good things in the, when our good heart and mind are quite good status, we also fulfill the good things, what we want to do, kind of without too many struggling things. And then, those are really about the good qualities of the world and happy lives. And what is the ultimate benefit of the Vajra Dharma? Purifying our very fundamental cause of the difficulty troubles, which is the negative emotions, and those are known as ignorance, or attachments, anger, jealous, hated thoughts. Those all purify. And those are also known as in the Buddha teaching, removing the obscurations. Purify. By how we can purify or remove the obscurations? By the Dharma, power of Dharma, practicing Dharma, not any other means we can do. So therefore, if we follow the instructions of the teaching as Guru Padmasambhava taught, and with the presence of Guru Padmasambhava right in front of our skies, if we do that, really, it will fulfill good things in this life, and as well as the ultimate benefits, realizations, in moving to the path. For that reason, Guru Padmasambhava is the embodiment of the dharmas. So this second line explaining of the meaning of the dharma. And then second meaning of this what is explaining of the among the three root. Among the three root is the explaining of the yadams. What is the yadams? In the teaching, Orpin said that you heard, said yadam is root of accomplishment, all the fulfillments. Fulfillment of the ultimate fulfillment is enlightenment. Ultimate fulfillment is transforming this phenomena, conception level, into the pure land. Ultimate fulfillment of the accomplishment of fulfilling our own physical, transforming as a divine body or the Buddha body, or the entire universe transforming to the mandala of the Buddhas. That is the ultimate accomplishment. And then temporary accomplishment is what in the teaching mentioned. In the teaching said that if you really meditate and practice is good, and then also your mind become more clean, calm, peaceful. Because of that, we can get also more knowledge, more wisdoms. We can see things that we didn't see before. And through the power of the meditation, and those are people can walk on the sky, or go through the winds, or through the different meditation practices, you can discover in different kind of like treasures. Those are in the teaching mentioned temporary benefits. And then also you become more youthful, and the vitality grows. And the mind, those are temporary benefits. So all those are accomplished by the practice of the Guru Padmasambhava. Therefore, it represents of the Yadam deities. Guru Padmasambhava is embodiment of all the Yadam deities, or representing that. And the next one is the ultimate level of this, what Guru Padmasambhava is. Then the Sambhokaya. Again, what is Sambhokaya? It's our innate nature of the mind. What in the teaching said. In the Dzogchen teaching, for example, the emptiness aspect of nature of mind is Dharmakaya. Clarity, the vitality aspect of the mind is Sambhokaya. So this again, to connect it to the Guru Padmasambhava, we connecting to the three kaya immediately. three kaya in that way. We connected to the Dharmakaya, already mentioned earlier, first line, and now we're connecting to the Sambhokaya. And the Sambhokaya is what? In the Sanskrit word Sambhokaya, in English it's translated as enjoyment body, body of enjoyment, or sometimes translated body of the luxuries, luxurious. What that means? Because this mind actually is the most richest. We discovered mind, nature of the mind. It brings all the abundance, the good things of that what really we imagine. There's nothing more rich than our own nature of the mind. Our intelligence, our wisdoms, our loving kindness, our compassion, all that is arising from our mind, or if I use the word, from the emptiness of Dharmakaya mind. So it is, the Sambhokaya is the richness of the Dharmakaya mind. Everything is arising from this. In the Buddhism, and particularly, in Buddhism, and particularly in the Mahayana, in the Vajra teaching, all is mind. Everything is a display of the mind. Power of the mind has no limitations. That every richness is arising from the mind. That is what's called open the treasure of the sky of the mind. It's all. And that, for example, when we go to the dream, when we go sleep, when we're sleeping, where all our dreams are coming. All dreams. And of course, we don't want bad dreams, but good dreams if we have. Where that the good dreams are coming? It's coming from our mind. But when we change our mind in more refined, purified, all the obscurations or those negativity or dualities, our mind become more clear, brilliant, natural, normal, regular ways. Really, then reflection of the mind will be totally different. For example, many great masters often say that they see this universe as pure land. Where that pure land came from? Came because they purified the duality conceptions. When the duality conceptions, these veils of the duality conception, when purified, then we can reveal the richness of the mind, nature of the mind, and that reflecting is all like as like mirror images. So this Sambhokaya, that is known as luxurious forms. And the Sambhokaya is also how that is. Always in the blissfulness. There is no suffering, the difficulties. Luxurious of blissfulness, luxurious of all the environments, luxurious of the necessities. Everything is in luxurious status. And luxurious of the forms. For those reasons, what in the teaching said, Sambhokaya has 32 major marks and 80 minor marks. All that is in that luxurious state. Form, usages, place to stay, environment, everything is in enlightened status. That is called Sambhokaya, in great blissfulness status. So that is that time, and in his own Dudjom, he said here, without changing the situation from the Dharmakaya, that every environment of the samsara, nirvana become the great mandala of the great blissfulness and luxury status. For that is what known as the Great Blessedness, the Great Blissfulness, Master of Great Blissfulness. That. So that is the second meanings, and now we go to the third meanings. Third meaning is third meaning is third line. Third Vajra line explaining is but is explaining in here. Pray the wrathful, mighty subduer of all the negativities, destroyer of all the obstacles. That is third Vajra lines. That is third Vajra lines. So now, what this third line explaining? Again, same systems. First, of the outer, inner, and the secret meanings. The first outer meaning of this explaining of among the three jewels. Among the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is explaining of the Sanghas. And then second meaning or the secret meaning of this among the three root, it is explaining of the among three root what? Guru, Deva, and Dakinis. And of course, many of you know that what that means. Three root in the teachings is the root. Root of all the blessings is Guru. Root of all accomplishment is Yadams. Root of all fulfillment activities are Dakini and the Dharmakayas. So root is again R-O-O-T, I believe. Root of that is root of all the blessings is Guru. Root of all the accomplishment is Yadams. Root of all fulfillment or activity is Dakini and the Dharmapalas. So those are the three roots. And then secret level among the three kayas, and the first is the Dharmakaya, second is the Sambhokaya, and third is Namakayas. So among that, so this third line explaining all that third one. And Sangha, Dharmapala, Dakini and the Dharmapala, and Namakaya, those explained. Again, we go as we went this particular and again, Sangha. Sangha is, of course, three jewels. Among the three jewels is the third one. Sangha is a Sanskrit word. In Tibet, it is translated by those great masters, ancient translators. Sangha as Gendu. G as G, George, E, D, U, N, Gendu. So what that means, Gendu? Give is virtues, and then Dun is devoted. Devoted to the virtues. That is Sanghas. So now so how we can purify, how this third line representing of the Sanghas. Again, by practicing of the Guru Padmasambhava, it will directing our mind to the virtues. It will it will connect our mind to the virtues. What is virtues actually? What is negative and what is virtues? Virtues is mind, negative, unvirtuous is mind, reality. And what is virtues? Is loving kindness, compassion, bodhisattva, and that is really virtues. Where they come from? From mind. What is unvirtuous? Anger, attachment, ignorance. Where they come from? From the mind. Again. So by practice of the Guru Padmasambhava, it will help us to turn our mind to the virtues and purify negativities. What that means is clean away ignorance, anger, attachment, together with these, such as jealous, hatred thoughts. At the same time, is increasing wisdom, knowledge, understanding. So this is, therefore, Guru Padmasambhava embodiment all the Sangha members. It will bring the authentic quality of the true Sanghas. Respect and appreciation. When we have the love, compassion, wisdom, respect and appreciation all comes. Very beautiful. At the same time, it will also bring courage, commitment, patience. Those all good things really come abundance, and that will assure and help to remain ourselves in the path to get enlightened. So therefore, Guru Padmasambhava is embodiment of all the Sangha members. And here his own Dudjom Rinpoche said, Guru Padmasambhava is source of all the dharmas. Guru Padmasambhava is on the crown jewel of the Sangha members. Guru Padmasambhava is Lord of all the great goodness. That is how it is. Then this and representative of this second one, it is representative of all the accomplishment, among the three roots. Second meaning is representative of the Dakinis and Dharma Palas. What is really the activity of the Dakinis? Generally, the root of the actions in the teaching said. What is the actions? Generally, action is to benefiting to the other beings, to benefiting one's own self, and benefiting to the others. That is the actions of the Dakinis, and as well as the Dharma Palas. Here, his own Dudjom Rinpoche said, and among all those actions, to purify the obstacles, negative force, or destroying the negativity is the best activities. And here, what in his teaching said, destroyer of the old obstacles. So destroying the obstacles is the best activities. What are the obstacles? And those are also these obstacles can be translated as demons. So what is the obstacles or the demons? In the Buddha teaching mentioned there is 4 major demons. 4 demons. What are those 4 demons? Demon of the emotions, demons of the aggregates, demons of the distractions, and the demons of the death. So those are the 4 major demons. And the demons of the emotions, what that emotions are such as, again, same thing. Again, in another gracious teacher, Buddha explained 5 poisons. 5 poisons are the demons. What are those 5 poisons? Of course, many of you know already, but few of you don't know. 5 poisons is a metaphor. Ignorance, attachment, anger, arrogance, and jealous. Those are 5 poisons. Among that 5 poisons, which is on the front, which are on the front, who take the front row? The attachment, anger, jealous, and arrogance. Those are playing on the front row. What that means? Because ignorance is hiding. Ignorance we don't really see. We can't see it. In a way, invisible. But ignorance is root of all that 4 poisons. Attachment is based on the ignorance. Anger is based upon the ignorance. Arrogance is based upon the ignorance. Jealous is based upon the ignorance. But we don't notice. It is on the front, the 4. So therefore, invisible, the behind, what sometimes they said, silence river runs deeper. It's kind of silence, but it is the fundamental. Those are the demons, emotion, and then grasping, clinging. There is good graspings and good clinging in a way. The ultimate level, that is for temporary, there's good grasping and good clinging. Ultimate level in the Buddha teaching says that any grasping is negative or emotions. But for time being, good grasping is good. What is those? Such as loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta, working for growing, developing bodhicitta. Take the examples of the Buddha and bodhisattvas. Take the examples and follow their footsteps with the determination, courage, and commitment. That will help us to make strong so that we can eliminate it, even the good graspings or good clinging. That. But for time being, this demon, the gross demons, is all these emotion demons. This is called emotions, bad emotions. Demon of the bad emotions. So that, if we can eliminate that is the best activities of the Dakinis and the Dharmapalas. And the second one is, when you have that demon of the emotions, then we grasping to our aggregates, our physical forms. What is such as what? Ego clingings. All those are then become demons. So destroying that, eliminating that, working for that. And then next one is when you got again is something a little bit good things. When we have these negative emotions, demons, then the third one is demon of the distractions. That is something that is kind of maybe appealing to us, but yet is disturbing and is obstacles. So those are called demon of the distractions. Demon of the distraction is the more disturbance, particularly for those even good practitioners in the teaching. These were big obstacles. So just eliminating that. And then the fourth one, demon of the death. Demon of death is again when we have the grasping, clinging with this physical, with the demon of emotions, then body we attach it to this. So that means is demon of the death is interrupting our continual journey to the path, to the practice of meditation, continuations. So, kind of removing all those obstacles is known as the fulfillment of the activities. And then activities, what are the other activities in the teaching said? Those are the 4 different activities. Pacifying activities, and the increase activities, subjugating activities, as well as or magnetizing activities. All those are known as then the obstacles. And the next one is and then when you have that what in said, when you destroyed or eliminated the 4 demons in his own Dudjom Rinpoche said, then you will eliminate 3 enemies. 3 enemies. And those 3 enemies, externally it is all the obstacles of the duality conceptions. Externally, or the external duality conception. Innerly, all the grasping, clinging, particularly that. And in the secret level, it will the enemy of the neurotic or clinging that is all eliminated by the realizations. And then you're completely actualizing of the great activities of those 4 activities. And so that is what the inner meaning of this, among the 3 roots is the representative of the Dakini and the Dharmapala. So Guru Padmasambhava is the embodiment of the Dharmapala and Dakinis. And then secret level, then Guru Padmasambhava represented among the 3 kayas of the Nirmakayas. And again, Nirmakaya is the display of the Dharmakaya or the Sambhokaya Kaya, and that is known as Nirmakaya. What is Nirmakaya? And this is Sanskrit word, again, if we translated that into English, is emanations. So emanation forms, emanation. So what is the emanation? This emanation is the emanation of the Sambhokaya. And what is Sambhokaya? Sambhokaya is the embodiment of the blissfulness and the wisdoms. Blissfulness, wisdom, and compassion. That is the Sambhokaya, and that emanation. So emanation is also now same thing. Emanation of the loving kindness, compassion, and wisdom, outreaching to benefit all the living beings. So that is the general meaning of the Nirmakaya. In our mind level, what is Nirmakaya of the nature of the mind? Then again, a simple way to explain. It's our love, our kindness, compassion, thought arising and benefiting and helping to the other beings as much as we can, according to our capabilities, according to the readiness of others. If you help benefited that is really the Nirmakaya qualities. That is kind of like unceasing quality that arising from the Sambhokaya or the Dharmakaya and the benefit to the others. That is the Sambhokaya meaning, or the Nirmakaya meanings. So that is that. So that means Guru Padmasambhava is embodiment of the Buddha, 3 jewels, embodiment of the 3 roots, embodiment of the 3 kayas, and then what is Guru Padmasambhava? So Guru Padmasambhava is Buddha that who is the embodiment of 4 kayas and 5 wisdoms. That is. So then when we pray this, when we do this prayer to Guru Padmasambhava, so we are praising to Guru Padmasambhava all the qualities, all the realizations, all the achievements, and then we finally asking to fulfill all these wishes, the one after another, that explaining and in teaching said. So then I will go tomorrow. This rest that I will go tomorrow, and then together with I'm going to go over the prayers of the Yeshe Tsogyal's prayer, which is written by very famous, again famous great master, 15th Karmapas. Of course, all the Karmapas are great masters throughout his stories, but this 15th Karmapa is also very famous, great Karmapa, and he was also one of the great Tertons. He came also same time of the First Khyentse, First Great Kongtrul, and then Chogyur Lingpa, and he was disciples of the First Khyentse and the First Kongtrul. So this was his teaching. I will go over that too tomorrow. But this again, this Dusum Sangye prayer, among that, this first one what we're discussing today here is the Dusum Sangye prayer, as I said, is really so powerful practices, particularly this time. And then also, as I told the truth, this time, the year is changing, kind of is come to now, end of the year 2021, and the beginning of the year 2002. So in this junction, we do some prayers and connect to the Guru Padmasambhava, and with the prayers of the Dusum Sangye, I think it's really very beneficial to every levels, to ourselves, to all the beings, to the world peace, and to dispel all the difficulty, troubles that everybody is going. Generally in the samsara, there is always some troubles. Always there is turbulence. It's nothing unusual that. But however, at this time, looks like more than what we saw in our lifetime. More kind of things that it's not just one area is happening, globally kind of really happening. So I think what we can, there's so many people, those powerful ones are doing so many good things to prevent it, to kind of ease this situation. But from our side, at least we do the prayer and really cultivate a bodhisattva and pray to Guru Padmasambhava. And then Guru Padmasambhava is also known as the Buddha of the degeneration. Among all the Buddhas, Guru Padmasambhava is the Buddha of the degeneration time, and is so powerful, swept among all the female Buddhas. Tara is the swept, powerful Buddha, all the time action Buddha. So this always in the teaching said that pray to Guru Padmasambhava and pray to Tara, and then to the Cheresa is always good, really good. So with those thoughts, with those practices, and I think it's wonderful. And again, now we do just this Dusum Sangye prayer, only maybe we do this. I think you have the Tibetans in English. We do first 3 times or 4 times in Tibet, and then 3 times in English. That makes 7 times of the Dusum Sangye prayers that we can. We just feel the strong presence of Guru Padmasambhava and all the Buddhas and bodhisattvas, lineage masters, and the Guru Padmasambhava is also not different from the Buddha Shakyamuni. And so all the Buddhas were 3 times, as we explained. So really, as we went through, so feel that presence as blessings of the Guru Padmasambhava, and then we chant.
Sum Sangye Guru Rinpoche Ngudra Kumda Deva Chimbusha Parche Kumsara Dundra Rabusa Surwan Dezo Shinji Labusa Chene Samwe Parche Jawata Samba Lunji Rupara Shinji Lo Sum Sangye Guru Rinpoche Ngudra Kumda Deva Chimbusha Parche Kumsara Dundra Rabusa Surwan Dezo Shinji Labusa Chene Samwe Parche Jawata Samba Lunji Rupara Shinji Lo Sum Sangye Guru Rinpoche Ngudra Kumda Deva Chimbusha Parche Kumsara Dundra Rabusa Surwan Dezo Shinji Labusa Chene Samwe Parche Jawata Samba Lunji Rupara Shinji Lo Guru Rinpoche Buddha 3 times. Deva Chembu, Lord with all accomplishments and great blissfulness.
the drop of wrath of mice, subdue the all negativities, destroy of the old obstacles. I pray to you, please bless us and pacify our enemies. Bless that all our aspirations be fulfilled. Guru Rinpoche, Buddha of the 3 times, Deva Chimbo, Lord of all accomplishments and great blessings, do the drop of wrath of mice, subdue all negativities, destroy all obstacles. I pray to you, please bless us and pacify our enemies and obstacles. Bless us all our aspirations, be spontaneously fulfilled. Guru Rinpoche, Buddha of the 3 times, Deva Chimbo, Lord of all accomplishments and great blessings, do the drop of wrath of mice, subdue all negativities, destroy all obstacles. I pray to you, please bless us and pacify our inner and secret obstacles. Bless us all our aspirations, spontaneously fulfilled. Now we do the short dedication prayers, okay? Or just do one dedication prayers. Here, this is okay. According to this booklet, page 110. 110. 110.
Kare rave kurve jangansu pinde deva mali jume ne jene zuwa denze jansoye shape karje barad denjara je om sote banza yendo kyongsan sosan jidi pimanjo ningne somde atuje turzenje denje barde shira turbe Kutse tenjen devden tarasin nisho om swasiti sewa rini timme senakchi tonye trepe laksa norjena chedong kulo samje banjarate sanje maten sote namjara isho. One verse of this dedication. By this merit may all obtain omniscience, may defeat the enemy of wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of good old age, sickness and death, from the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. Yeah, I think so, no. Or maybe we do this one. May the souls of benefit and happiness, the Buddha's teachings should remain for a long time. May the victory banner, the lives of the noble ones, and the wholeness of the teachings should remain firm. Great. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, everyone, for participating. Okay, we completed the study session in a way, completed, but we like to do this kind of some prayer requested by the different sangha members, individuals, and so we like to do those prayers. If you have time, please stay. We do all together these prayers. If you don't have the time, then we complete the study session, and then tomorrow again we meet at 10 according to this time. Thank you very much for participation. Now we do this. I'm going to announce and who's requested to do prayers, and then after that we do short prayers and think of all these beings. Purifying the karma in a smooth passage through the Pardo to the Amitabha's pure land, and 108 lamps offering for Rachel Hohenberg. Purifying the karma in a smooth passage through the Pardo to the Amitabha's pure land with Devaki, 21 lamps offering for the Shri Mereks. Removing disease and obstacles to 108 lamps offering to the Aunt Noli. Removing disease and obstacles, 108 lamps offering for Louis Kenyon. And removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for Randy Zelstara. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for Rondol Po Martel. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for Christiana Prinklin. And removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for James Hallard. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for Kenya Dimick. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for Walterlo. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for Eric Harvey. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for Terry Holmim. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for Ellen Porter. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for Riva Patch. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for Pamela Fleck. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for Carol Winslow. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for Kennedy Stewart. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps for Joshua Webb. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offered for Gary Griffin. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for Rachel Trumbo. Removing disease and obstacles, 7 lamps offering for Botsi and Vishal. Well-being and fulfillment in life, 7 lamps offering for Mekidzi. And so those are the different individuals asked to do prayer, and we are thinking of all these people as well as all the living beings extended our bodhisattva. Again we do this prayers. So you open this booklet. We do again. I will look this number. What is this?
It's in a different order, isn't it?
What?
It's in a different order.
Mm-hmm. Where is this mantra?
Which one are you looking for?
Yeah,
mantras are on 56.
What?
56?
No, I'm sorry, no.
No, White Tower is on 54.
Mantra is right. Okay, page 50, 54.
Did you give the time?
54, I think 54. Here, I think so. Please move here to the 70, 73. I think 73. I think 73. Yeah, 73. 73. Okay, 73 or 7. 7. Yeah, 73. 73 we start. Bodhisattvas sukha dardo ommarlo hom jo om ahoim bodhisattvas jana dardo ommarlo hom jo om bendrasado samaya manapalaya bendrasado tenobha tisha jo mebo Sukhayo me bhava, Suktichayo me bhava, Anarato me bhava, Sarva siddhi me raya sarva karma, Stame tam kiryan kuru om ha ho bhagat, Sarvada tanga tam bendra mi munza bendra bhama, Samaya sadho om bendra sadho samaya, Mane balaya bendra sadho tena, me bhava, Sukhayo me bhava, Suktichayo me bhava, Anarato me bhava, Sarva siddhi me raya sarva karma, Stame tam kiryan kuru om ha ho bhagat, Sarvada tanga tam bendra mi munza bendra bhama, Samaya sadho om bendra sadho samaya, Mane balaya bendra sadho tena, Tiranero me bhava, Sukhayo me bhava, Suktichayo me bhava, Anarato me bhava, Sarva siddhi me raya sarva karma, Stame tam kiryan kuru om ha ho bhagat, Sarvata tanga tam bendra mi munza bendra bhama, Samaya sadho om bendra sadho me 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 om bendra sadho me sadho me sadho me sadho me om bendra sadho me om bendra sadho ami devare 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 Devaram 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 Om devaram 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 Om devaram 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 Om devare Om mane bime Om mane bime Om mane bime Om mane bime man 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 Om mane bime man bime man bime Om mane bime Om bendrbane Om Bedrbane 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 Om Aoim Bedrangore Masede Om Aoim Bedrangore Masede Om Aoim Bedrangore Masede Om Bedangore 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 Om Bedrangore Masede Om Guru Ayasede Hong Re Amarana Jevinda Yeso 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 Om Guru Ayasede Hong Re Amaran Jevinda Yeso. Next one. Om Dare Du Dare Dure So. 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 Om 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 D Te Yata Om Khyentse Maha Khyentse Randa Saminga de So. Te Yata Om Khyentse Maha Khyentse Randa Saminga de So. Te Yata Om Khyentse Maha Khyentse Randa Saminga de So. Te Yata Om Khyentse Maha Khyentse Randa Saminga de So. Te Yata Om Khyentse Maha Khyentse Randa Saminga de So. Te Yata Om Khyentse Maha Khyentse Randa Saminga de So. Te Yata Om Khyentse Maha Khyentse Randa Saminga de So. Te Yata Om Khyentse Maha Khyentse Randa Saminga de So. Te Yata Om Khyentse Maha Khyentse Randa Saminga de So. Te Yata Om Khyentse Maha Khyentse Randa Saminga de So. Te Yata Om Khyentse Maha Khyentse Randa Saminga de So. Om Arabadana de Om Arabadana Om Arabadana de Om Arabadana de Arabadana de. According to the next page, this booklet, next page, Arabadana de Namurena Raya Om Kengane Rosane Chasane Radehana Murmpara Nime Sarvasado Nenda So Om Kengane Rosane Chasane Radehana Sarvakarma Parambara Nime Sarvasado Nenda So Namurena Raya Om Kengane Rosane Sarvasado Nenda So Namurena Raya Chasane Radehana Parambara Nime Sarvasado Nenda So Namurena Ya Om Kengane Rosane Radehana Sarvakarma Paramba Nime Sarvasado Nenda So. We continue this prayer, this moment. May the deceased never be experienced the lower end without any hardships. May they have the good, even better than the gods. May everyone reach the Buddhahood by swiftly, as the lotus is attained by the mud. May they never be stained by the aspirations of the three realms. May they take the birth from the lotus. May they achieve the land of blissful. By the merit of this meditation and recitation, at the instant that I leave this body, may I take the rank of this birth in Devachan. In that life may I traverse 10 stages. May my inclinations benefit all beings. Sanjitam ji de marotam je ta adagum je onamano vara jo imna konde je na se sambatung ne parti je na ta ki ba sambachu bin do ta ki lobya to bi tong ja no wa serene mi de ki takwan chola nge ban ju ta ki di je na de le jo sona ro inda samba de ji ni da ki na saba niran ta ki di je na de le sho. Now we do the short dedication prayers according this booklet 113. By this merit, may all obtain omniscience, may defeat the enemy wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of the birth, the origin of sickness and death, from the ocean of samsara, try free all men. May the soul source and benefit and happiness, the Buddha teaching remain for a long time. May the victory banner of the Lord, the noble ones, the holders of the remain firm. May all the temples and monasteries, all the readings and recitations of the Dhamma, may the Sangha always be in harmony, and may the separation be achieved. And number five of this strength, may all the sentient beings always be joyful. May all the blessings of the Lord cease forever. May the wishes of all the bodhisattvas and all the women swiftly reach at this very moment for the people of the nations of earth.
May not even the names of disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard, but rather may your conduct merit wealth and prosperity increase, and may supreme good fortune and well-being always arises. The sugar bodhisattva in those who love it remain degenerated, in those who have remained never diminished, but always continue increase. Number 13 is page 120. May the great tradition of the Rinpoche Rashida, global Padmasambhava, Dharma Center increase and spread throughout the three-realm world. May the appearance of the three jewels in the mind streams of beings remain inseparable and sublime world throughout the three times. Deity, mantra, and dharmakaya are the nature of appearance and zone awareness. The praise of quiet and wisdom display of the Buddhas, the practitioners of the profound and secret great perfection, remain inseparable from the unanimous one taste awareness of wisdom. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay. Thank you so much again, very much, everyone to participating, and again, we together and had the opportunity to discussing the teaching according to my capabilities, and then as well as the opportunity to practice together. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay, have a really good afternoon or good days, and as well as then hopefully see you tomorrow. Thank you again around 10 o'clock. Thank you, Dakini. All the best wishes, Dakini. Thank you. Thank you.